Hey, this is HansPerm. Welcome to my channel. Today, let's have a run through solve in Rubik's 3x3. Okay, let's start with our first scramble of our sys timer. Okay, right. So this would be our inspection, and let's have um, check which color neutral cross will be advantage. Okay, green. We'll go with the green. So let's perform this one. Right, green cross is now solved, and this time, okay, I'm seeing this red and white. So insert from this lot. So this time this yellow and red, and this one is the yellow and orange, and next is this white and orange. Right, now let's perform OLL, and this time would be our HansPerm. Right, so let's have next scramble. Right, so let's have our inspection, and this time I might go with orange cross. So let's bring this blue here, and this one, and our yellow, other green is over there. So we'll just right. So we'll just bring this one up there, and another pair is here. So by the way, it's we're working with orange, right? Right. Now first pair, this white green is over there. So I can insert from this lot. Second pair is this yellow and blue. So yellow and blue is over here. So you can just insert over this lot. And third pair would be this two. So we'll just split it up and pair this and insert from this lot. And last pair power F12 is this one, so which is the yellow and orange. So yellow and orange is, yellow and green is there. So it's an easy pair, and F12 ready solved. So now we'll just perform this OLL shape, and this would be HansPerm. Right, so let's have a next scramble. Okay, so this time, okay, we might go with the green cross again. Right, so this one will pair in our red sticker, and this would be on white. So by performing D prime, right? So this one should goes here at the back, and this one should goes here, there. So our cross is solved. Now let's start with our first pair. So I can only make a sexy move here. Okay, our first F12 pair. So next is this, which is white and red, so that they are not in proper shape. So we'll just split pair and insert from this slot. So next is this yellow and orange. Yellow and orange is there. Right. An easy pair and insert over the slot. And next one is this um, orange and white. It's over there, so we can insert over here. Right, so we'll just perform this OLL shape. And this one is a GD Right, so let's have another scramble. Right, so let's have inspection and okay, so hardly I could choose here. Cross, we might go with the white at the moment, and because our white stick is there already and this green is ready here, so which means I'll just put away this one so that we could have an easy insert from our green, right? And this blue, this red, and just bring this orange and white cross is already solved. So first pair is over here, so we'll just bring it up and split and pair it and insert it over here. So next one is this one and this. So let's bring this up and we can easily pair this one and insert from this slot. Next pair is these two. Bring it up, split, and pair it and insert over slot. And this also too. So pretty much all of them are in corners and there. Alright, so let's just perform this shape of OLL. And this one is our Perm. Right. So let's have this our last scramble, and we'll move on to blindfolding walkthrough solve. Right, so this time now, okay, so we might solve in orange. Yeah, so we have to stick the orange facing up and this one. Alright, so we'll just perform D2. Alright, this one F2, this one R2, and we'll just bring it over there and L2. Okay, our orange cross is solved now, and this one is already advantage, already paired, only need to insert at the back. Next is this yellow blue, so yellow blue is there on the top. By the way, it's a yellow blue, and this yellow orange. Sorry, it's a yellow orange. Yellow orange. Yeah. So which means a yellow blue. Yellow blue is over there. So we can just bring it up and pair it and insert it at the back. So a couple of F2L left. So we have this yellow green. We'll just split this one and insert it over here. And last is this green white. It's over there. So let's just bring it up and pair and insert over slot. Right, so this one is for our OLL shape. Oops, I just missed that OLL shape. 1 second. Okay, OLL shape, and this time it's Cfop. Okay, so there you go. So probably now this time let's have a walkthrough solve using blindfolded, and let's choose a scramble for 3 by 3 blind. Alright, so let's scramble this one and let's perform the old Parchman method in solving blindfolded, but we'll just do it intuitively without memorization, and we'll just follow the buffer and identify all the positions of our swapping. Right, so this time we have already scrambled our cube and we'll be performing uh, blindfolded solve, a pre-blindfolded solve. Okay, and right, so I'll be facing on my orange and yellow on top. Okay, so this would be my buffer. Okay, let's start solving our first edge. This green and orange should goes here. Green and orange, so which means this is R. So performing R in the edges is we have to only use dw prime L and T prime L prime dw. Right, now it's solved. So next one is first cycle. First cycle and first rotation. And this one is blue red. So blue red should goes over here. So this is uh, J. So our J is dw L T prime L prime dw prime. Okay, J is fixed. Second notation. Okay, going to the third one. This is white red. So white red should goes over there. So which is this is W. Right, so D L2 D prime. So W is already solved. Okay, going to the fourth one. This red yellow. So this red yellow should goes over here, and this is M. So performing the setup move. So this will be LWY prime D L2 T prime L2 D prime and LWY. Right, so M is already fixed, and this is the fifth one. White orange should goes over here. So white orange, stick a white facing down, and this setup move is U D prime L2 L2D. Right, so now let's review first. We have already solved 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we still have same cycle. Actually, we haven't ended our cycle. So we have now moving on to the sixth notation. So this green white should goes over here. So this is X, right? So which means this only setup move is L2 T prime back to L2, right? 6, and moving on to 7. And this white blue should goes over here, and since this one is a buffer, so which means we have ended up our cycle there. So check it out again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so again, how many edges we already solved? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 5 only? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so pretty much only 5. I thought it was 6 though. We're trying to count it because we need also to identify if we're going to a parity, if it's odd odd, or even we don't have parity for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5. So this time we'll have to start with a new cycle, and since this is a buffer, okay, it wasn't coming on the same speed though, which means we still have to continue it from this X. Right, so let's just perform X. Is this D, L for the X. No, I'm sorry, this is not X, this is U. So D prime L2, no, this is not U, this is V, D2 L2, D perm L2 D2, right? So I think this is our 6 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it's our 6. So we're still on the same cycle, by the way, so we haven't ended up our cycle. So this is now the 7th one. So this should goes, this red green should goes over here. So which means this is a N. So N is only L setup move, P perm, and then L prime. Right. So that would be our 7th. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Right. So we have already 7. Oh, right. I believe it's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, it's 7. So I think this now will still continue our cycle. So this blue orange should goes over here, which is L, right? So blue orange. So now we're using L. This would be our setup move. So DW prime, L prime, D perm, L, DWY. And I believe now this would be our 8 things. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8. Now moving on to the 9th one, this yellow orange should goes here in our C. So our setup move to C is L2 D, L2 wide, D firm, L2 wide, D prime, L2 wide. Right. This would be the 9th one. And now this time we have already end up with our cycle because this is a buffer, and it's also sticker are flipped, but we don't think about that one because we have to choose for unsolved edges the moment. So only missing is this piece only, right? So which means we'll have to choose any random sticker here, and we have to return the same position. So if we have already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, this will be 9 and 10. So we have an even numbers. So we're expecting later our corner should be even, so we don't have a parity. So first I will randomly choose this green, which is A, B, C, D. So this is D, and later we will use Q, right, to end up our cycle there. And automatically the buffer should be solved as well. Okay, this is D. So this is only T-perm, and this is Q. Okay, T-perm, and our Q is for Q is LW wide, DW wide prime, L, T-perm, L prime, DW wide, LW wide prime. So now already solved, and even our buffer is automatically solved. So we have an even, and all our edges are all solved. Now let's moving on to the corners. So which means the corner should be also odd. So, and this time our first um, buffer will be swapped here in green, red, yellow. So the green, red, yellow should be in this part. Oh no, green, red, yellow. Okay, so green, red, yellow is in the buffer itself. So which means will not be performing this because it's in the buffer. So we don't have the setup moves in the buffer. So we can choose any of the unsolved corner. Anyhow, we haven't even solved any even single though. So I'll just choose this one. So this will be a B, and we will also look for this orange where it goes. This orange, green, yellow goes here. So B, and E. Okay, let's perform first the B. So B setup move in our corner is R, D prime, Y prime, D, R prime. And then for the E, see our E it's coming there in our buffer. So we will not lose track though. E would be F prime D, Y prime, D prime F. Alright, so we haven't end up with this sticker yet. So which means continuously actually we are still working on the next same cycle, right? So either the way, if we are planning that one, actually the swapping is always still goes here in the buffer of the corner. Where this green, so green, white, orange should goes to over here, green, white, orange. So which means this is S, right? So our S setup move is T2 R, okay, and then Y prime R prime D2, right? Our S is solved. Next, this one is blue, red, yellow. Blue, red, yellow should goes over here. So this one is J. J setup move is R2, Y prime, and R2, right? So this time we have pretty much ended once again to that buffer, and most likely we have to choose another cycle because our buffer is came back to that same uh, position actually, and we can still have 1, 2, 3, and 4 corners to solve. So let's check first if we do have some corner flip. This one is not a corner flip, this one, so we don't have any problem with the corner flip. So we can just choose it randomly. Say for example, I'll be starting up with this F. So this F should goes in red, green, white would be there. So which means this is O. Right, so let's solve this F, and let's have a setup move for this F. This is F2, D, Y prime, D prime, F2. And you can see it's there in the buffer. We're supposed to do that one here in O. So our O setup move is D prime R, Y prime, and R prime D. Right, now continuously we can now still work on the same cycle. This orange, blue, yellow should goes over here. Orange, blue, yellow. So which means it should come over in this phase. So remember, we started here, we ended here. So which means, so we'll be completing once again the cycle. So this is F, right? So F is F2, D, Y prime, D prime, F2. And so last would be, we're now seeing a new set of cycle, because we have ended over there, and we can choose any unsolved corners. So this time I might choose this sticker, and this one is EFG. So this G will goes here in our K, right? So just G will goes to K. So let's just perform this G, and this G setup move is DR, right? DR, Y prime, right? And R prime, D prime. And then you can see there from the buffer. So we're supposed to go in this part. This is blue, white, red, blue, white, red. And this one is IJK. So K setup move is only R, Y prime, and R prime, right? And of course we never came back to that same piece, so which means we must continue our cycle. And this one, orange sticker or orange white, blue corner should goes over here, and that only ended our cycle. And definitely this is EFG again. So the G setup move is D, R, Y prime, right, R prime, D prime. And there you go. We have successfully solved our 3x3 using the blind method, right? Okay. It's a bit long though. It's quite difficult sometimes, especially if you're not writing it in the paper. But of course, at the end of the day, you have to memorize that and perform it blindfolded, right? So Watchman method is quite easy step, but only the memorization will just take place there. And carefully perform all the setup moves of edges and corners. Okay, so thank you for watching, and we'll see you for my next live stream session. So bye bye for now.